Hello everyone, Kamaro Tetsuo here, aka Steve, and I just wanted to let you all know before this vlog starts that I forgot how to YouTube. Now you may be wondering, what do you mean you forgot how to YouTube? Well, forgetting how to YouTube is actually a very common disease/virus that YouTubers get after they return from a very long trip and try recording a video again for YouTube. And they forget to do the simplest of things, like for instance, turn your microphone on when you record a vlog video. Press record on your camera when you're doing a vlog video. All joking aside, what I'm trying to say here is that I forgot to press record on my microphone. Even though I had it directly in front of my face, my microphone was off. So fortunately enough, I did have my video camera on and recording. And my video camera does have a microphone built into it, so my voice was being picked up and recorded by my video camera. Unfortunately, the quality of that microphone on the video camera is nowhere near the quality of this high professional studio microphone that you're pretty much hearing my voice from right now that, you know, people tend to use for ASMR videos, you know, those videos where they get very close to the microphone and just talk to you. And yeah, they pretty much almost swallowing the whole microphone all in one gulp. But sorry about that. All joking aside again, I apologize for this because my voice is going to sound very distant and echoey and just kind of low. But yeah, I just wanted to let you all know, just in case you were wondering why I kind of not sound so good, I guess. I just hope you all enjoy the vlog anyways. It was I went through a lot to get this out there. For some reason, well, I explain it in the vlog, so I'll let it end right here. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Welcome, I'm Kamaro Tetsuo, aka Steve, and you're watching a vlog video on the Death Count channel, and I'm finally back. Finally back on YouTube anyways. I apologize for taking so long to upload this video. This is pretty much a vlog video about my experience going to Las Vegas to compete at EVO, aka Evolution 2019 for the very first time. This is my first EVO I've ever been to, and I recorded everything pretty much on this little device here. This is a GoPro. Camera has capabilities of recording in 4K, 1080p, and 2K. A lot of resolutions in general, but I pretty much recorded the majority of my trip in 4K and in 1080p, which I'm never gonna do again, because the reason why it took me so long to upload this video is because I ran into problems in my editing software on my computer. It did not like me editing 4K and 1080 at the same time. For some reason, it would just kept freezing on me, and the program kept crashing. I would lose like a whole hour of editing because I was an idiot and I wasn't saving constantly like I should. So it was very frustrating. Now the reason why I recorded in 4K was because I wanted to, like, hey, 4K, might as well, right? But it wasn't really worth it in the end because the battery just on this thing it only lasted like 30 minutes of recording for 4K. And in 1080p, it would last like an hour and 30 minutes. So it was like way more time. And luckily I bought extra batteries so I could swap it out, but it was just frustrating just to do that. And the battery kept dying on me in times that I did not need it to die, when like reactions or like when trailers were happening and stuff like that. So I lost reactions because of this. And it was, again, very frustrating. So I apologize for taking so long to upload this, but I finally got it all working. Finally. So let's begin. That's water, by the way. I don't want you to think that I'm drinking premium Japanese sake that is brewed in the mountains of Nara, Japan. Definitely not. Definitely water, I swear. Anyways, let's get started. There's a lot to show, a lot to talk about. This was my first EVO, so super excited. This is the symbol of EVO, by the way, if you're wondering. But yeah, let's completely not scripted here. I'm just gonna go off of what I can remember and show you video footage of what I'm talking about here. So I pretty much decided to drive all the way to Las Vegas, which is about 3 states away, roughly 800 miles, which equals about 1,300 kilometers. And however, I didn't go alone. I decided to invite my parents, mainly so I wouldn't go by myself, because it would have been kind of boring just driving by myself. They were super cool about it. They weren't really busy at the time, so they were like, yeah, we'll go with you. You know, they could go sightseeing and stuff like that while I compete at EVO. So we all decided just to leave. We weren't gonna go all the way in one go. There was no need to do that. So we just went as far as we could, left kind of late, so it got nighttime pretty quickly. And we decided just to stay at a hotel that had free breakfast. That way we could just, you know, get up, pack up our things, and get free breakfast, and then we can just leave pretty early in the morning to make it all the way to Las Vegas. Google Maps was saying that it was going to roughly take about 13 hours to get there. However, that wasn't really the case, mainly because on the main highway, which leads almost all the way to Las Vegas, it's called I-40 West, a really big highway. Speed limit is supposed to be about 75 miles an hour, but not everybody, but about 70% of the people were going 90 miles an hour, which is roughly 140 kilometers. So cops weren't doing anything about it. They're like, literally, cops would see people just go like, vroom, 90 miles an hour. Then they were like, well, we would stop them, but everyone else is going, vroom. So I was tagging along with a lot of people, so it didn't take 13 hours to get there. It more or less took like, I don't know, 11 and a half hours or something like that. We were only stopping pretty much just for gas, and we were getting food to go. And of course, when we stopped for gas, we would use the restroom. And that was it. So the trip wasn't all that bad. We got pretty much to Las Vegas fairly quickly. You could tell when we were crossing the states, since Las Vegas is very close to Arizona, and it is in Nevada. It's just a lot of like desert and pretty much no life out there. We eventually arrived at Las Vegas, and since I've already been at Las Vegas in the past, I was kind of already familiar on where I needed to go. EVO was being held at a hotel/casino called the Mandalay Bay, which is pretty much located on the Strip. Now, the Strip is a location in Las Vegas that is just full of hotel casinos, and a lot of events and stuff like that happen there. Pretty much, if you look up Las Vegas, you pretty much see pictures of the Strip. For the most part, I'm pretty sure. I already had the hotel room reserved like 1 month in advance. So it was just a matter of just going to it, finding a parking spot, and just going to the lobby and checking in. Now, the hotel that we actually stayed at, hotel/casino, was called Excalibur. It was about 2 hotels away from the Mandalay Bay, which is where EVO is being held. Now, the cool thing about the Excalibur is that it's actually connected all the way to Mandalay Bay, where EVO is being held at, 2 ways. You can either take a tram, like a little train that's located in Excalibur, that will take you all the way to where Mandalay Bay is to go to EVO, and then it comes back. Or you could walk all the way there through these I guess they're called skylines or something like that. They're like indoor tunnels, so you don't even have to walk outside in the 100 and something degree weather. It was very convenient. When we got there, we pretty much just started exploring for a little bit. EVO wasn't starting until the next day, next morning. So I went ahead and just found the location of where EVO was being held, got my badge early. The benefit of getting the badge early means that you don't have to get up early in the morning to go stand in line to get a badge. to then leave that line to get into another line to go through security, because you know security is kind of tight and mandatory, especially because of all the shootings that have been happening, you know, here in the United States. So they can get through security to get to the location where you need to go to compete in the tournament that you signed up for. And me being the case, I was up for Mortal Kombat at 10 o'clock. So at 10 o'clock a.m. I needed to be at the location, talk to the judge and be like, hey, I'm here. Don't disqualify me, please.
QR code photo ID? Sure. QR code? QR code, Rachel? QR code? QR code?
Yes, boss.
That's a
Sorry.
yes.
I'm just giving good customer service.
There's my photo ID if you need it.
Thank you.
Wow, this guy is superb.
Excellent.
Like superb, people.
You can have one of these if you like. Don't lose this because we can't replace it.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Really?
So, you know, I was like, I got the badge. I just need to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning, make my way to the security line, get in line. You know, I'll be in around like at 9:30 at the most, 9:40 at the latest. And boom, you know, I'll be at my station 20 minutes early, ready to go to compete in the Mortal Kombat tournament. Easy peasy, right? Boy, was I wrong! And so was everybody else wrong, because that didn't happen. Got pretty much over there at 9 o'clock to the location where I needed to be. There was a huge line. The line pretty much went all the way down a hallway, a very long hallway, to a lobby area, curved into another hallway on like the opposite side of the hotel or of the event. All the way down that hallway, it looped around the hallway because it reached the end of the hallway. It looped around, and it made the line went all the way back to the lobby. And this was the security line. This was for the people that got the badge early. of course, the line that for the people that didn't have the badge was just as, I mean, I don't know if it was just as long, but it was long. So I feel very sorry for those people that missed out on getting the badge yesterday. I don't know when they even made it inside the event, but they did eventually. The line was so big that they even had people come out and tell people to get in a double stack line. Don't make it a single file line. They got people to, you know, I mean, someone stand right here and then someone else stand right next to you. So those two people standing next to each other, going all the way down a hallway to a lobby, through another hallway, loop around the hallway, back to the lobby. It was ridiculous. I'm not even kidding, there was probably like 2,000 people in this line. It was insane. And I had a Mortal Kombat tournament I had to be to at 10 o'clock. I was in line, you know, a little bit before 9. I was in line before 9. I eventually, of course, found the back of the line and I got in it because what else was I gonna do? I wasn't gonna be like, this line's just way too long. Just see you guys later. I'm going home. Of course not. So I just got in the back of the line and, you know, there was a couple of people in front of me. They had, I believe, you know, they had their arms crossed, they were like kind of shaking their head, talking to each other. And for some reason, the first thing that I decided to do when I saw them was I leaned in on them and I said to them, man, have you seen this line? It's huge. It's crazy. Of course they saw the line. They're in it. They were talking about it. They were pretty cool guys though. We just started talking from there. It seemed like we had quite a bit in common actually. And they ended up telling me that they were actually brothers and they were from Canada. So I believe they're maybe watching this right now. If they are, hey guys, how's it going? It was a crazy line, wasn't it? So all three of us were just in line, just talking to each other, getting to know each other while moving up slowly in the line. And I remember just looking behind me about 10 minutes later, seeing a double stack line going so far, turning into, I don't know where, like another hallway or something, and I couldn't even see the ending anymore. So it was crazy how long the line was still getting. The line was forming faster than it was going in to the actual event, to the tournament. And before I knew it, a whole hour passed by and it was almost getting close to 10 a.m. and I had to be on the floor talking to my judge in the location where I needed to be at for the Mortal Kombat tournament in 20 minutes. And we still needed like 3 hours just to get into the security so that we can get into the floor. So it wasn't gonna happen. There was so many people that were gonna get disqualified, like easily 500 plus people gonna get disqualified. It was so ridiculous that one of the head honchos from EVO was walking down the whole line, pretty much screaming out like, if you have a tournament at 10 a.m., get out of this line and follow me now. You know, it's like, okay, I guess I'm getting off and I'm following him. So I got off and followed him. 500 people were just like all like funneling, like following him. We made it all the way past one hallway into the lobby to the next hallway, past security. We didn't even go through security. Past security to another line that was just forming. So there was like 500 of us in another line going into the event. And eventually we were like getting close to making it in, and you know, another head honcho from EVO ended up like screaming, he's like, we're not gonna disqualify anybody. He's like, don't be in a rush. Like, we're gonna wait till everybody's there. They literally waited like one whole hour to let everybody like come in that had a tournament at 10. So everything was delayed, at least by 1 hour. I don't know how many people from my bracket were just not even there. They were probably still out there, so we were waiting on them.
Camaro Tetsuo?
Right here.
Alright.
Thank you. Alright, now I can finally start doing matches.
Oh, the last one?
No, you weren't the last one.
Okay.
But I was just waiting on some people to show up.
Copy that.
However, the person that I was up against, he was there and ready to go. So the judge was like, hey, he's like, you guys want to jump on here in a few minutes? Like, you can get y'all's match up and rolling. So we did, you know, a few minutes passed by and we ended up just getting on and You know, he was just there judging, he was just there watching. We ended up playing our match and I ended up winning. So I won my first match against someone named The Collector. My next opponent, his name was Majin, I believe, and he was from Australia. And I was actually talking to him before we went on to our match. Yeah, he flew all the way from Australia to EVO, to Las Vegas, just to compete. You know, this is when I just started to realize how brutal competing at EVO really is, because you have people flying from other parts of the world, all over the world. To lose in the beginning, that's just so devastating. I mean, I think that's kind of like, that's rough, man. It's really rough. And you know, Majin, we were going up against each other, and I'm showing you like footage here of part of our match. I ended up beating him, and I could just see the disappointment in his face. It was, you know, I gave him a pat on the back. I was like, "Good games, man." You know, it was rough. It's really rough, and you can only lose twice. So if you lose once, you're thrown into losers bracket, and if you lose in losers bracket, you're out. So I sent him into losers bracket, and I don't know if he ever made it out or not, but you know, I had 2 wins against 2 different people and 0 losses at that point. And there's just a lot of people that were just very, very nervous. Like when you're playing there at a tournament compared to online, it's very different because you have people watching you from the back, like cheering and like they're saying stuff and you can hear them. I didn't bring a headset. I didn't know that you needed to bring a headset because there's no volume coming out from your TV. You have to bring your own you have to bring your own controller, obviously. I knew that because I have competed in past tournaments. But on the tournaments that I've competed in the past, and not EVO, just other tournaments, they have headsets there so that you can use. But there was no headsets here. I didn't know that you had to bring your own headset. So I was playing without any sound, which was a little weird. But luckily it wasn't affecting me too much. And this is a mental note to self: bring a headset, you know, for next time. Mental note for self: get in line 3 hours earlier or something. I don't know, but yeah, there was a lot of mental notes to self for next year because I am planning on going next year. I was noticing while I was waiting, a lot of people, you can tell when they're nervous, and it's just a different feeling when you're competing live compared to just playing online. You know, I know sometimes in fighting games online, I don't know if anyone out there can relate to this, but when you play a fighting game online, sometimes you get kind of nervous and you get a little like I guess like sweaty hands, and like you just get just by playing online. So imagine how it feels playing in front of actual people with someone there that you don't even really know. It's very apparent when people are nervous. I mean, I'm not trying to make fun of anybody, but literally I saw people like this. I guess I need to, hold on. Like, you could tell. Again, not making fun of anybody. But eventually, I ended up losing. I lost against someone that actually had some ranking. He actually had ranking under his belt, and he's played in other tournaments, other MK tournaments, so he kind of kicked my ass. I got close, but he beat me. So that automatically sent me to losers bracket from there. And then from losers bracket, I lost against someone else, which means that, again, if you lose from losers bracket, you're gone. So I was out of the tournament at that point. I don't know what it is with tournaments. Some people just can't stay put. They'll come in, they'll check in, and like, hey judge, I'm here, and then they'll just walk off and go do something else because they don't have patience to wait. So this judge here, which was a pretty awesome guy, I forgot his name, unfortunately, but he was here just calling out like Seabiscuit, where are you, Seabiscuit, you're up. And I was there right next to him, and I was like, man, like I've known judges from a KI tournament, a judge from the KI tournament, where he would just constantly call out people that were just not there. They would come in, check in, and then they would leave. And it got to the point where he would stand on a chair and he would just scream his lungs out, like, where is so-and-so? Where are you? You need to be over here now. He lost his voice. That judge ended up losing his voice. And he got so pissed. That judge got so pissed that he ended up, he's like, all right, if you're not here when I call your name out, I'm disqualifying you. I'm done. I am done. I already lost my voice, and I'm not gonna destroy my voice any more than what it already is. So call your name. If you're not here within 3 seconds, you're disqualified. And that's what he started doing. So I told this story to this judge that was, you know, doing the MK pools where I was stationed at. And he heard me he listened to my story and he was like, oh yeah, he started doing that? That judge started doing that? And I was like, yeah, I did. And he was like, as soon as I finished the story, he walked past me and he was like, Seabiscuit, where are you? If you're not here within the next minute, I am disqualifying you, Seabiscuit. It's just like, I was like, God damn. It's like he was screaming it very loud. I can't remember if the guy showed up or not. I don't think he did. So he didn't actually. The guy never showed up, so he ended up disqualifying him. And I was like, you know, I was like, yep, he pretty much listened to what I was telling him, and that was it. So I had some free time available, and there was a lot of stuff, a lot of booths there for sale, and a lot of booths with a lot of stuff for sale. Figures, posters, a lot of artists, freelance artists and like indie artists that would like draw stuff. And I bought a lot of stuff. I ended up just from that point forward, since I was out of the MK tournament and I had to wait for my Samurai Showdown tournament later that night. Pretty cool, nice buttoned up Evo shirt. I bought some pins, so the pin right here, an Evo pin that I bought. Another pin. Bought a lot of little pins, a lot of little stuff like that. Stuff for my brother, since he gave me money. He's like, hey, go buy this for me and stuff. I bought this kind of like this fleece, blue hooded Evo jacket. Kind of really, I haven't even worn this yet. Yeah, it looks good on. Oh, it's a big hood. A very big hood. So yeah, got that. Take this off because it's hot in here. And there was a booth of Samurai Showdown merchandise, so I bought like a Samurai Showdown whole cast shirt. And bought another shirt for my brother. That was a Hotarubi shirt. And then I bought these. They're like little standees, like very miniature standees of the characters from Samurai Showdown. Actually, products. All these products were actually from Japan too. So really cool looking standees, miniature standees. Bought multiple of these. I'm giving a few to my brother since he really likes Samurai Showdown and all that too. I also bought a Evo themed 2019 PS4 controller. Really cool. It's like has a nice finish on it, so it has like pretty good grip. Definitely gonna be customizing this one though even further. I'm gonna be buying some like special directional inputs and inputting those. Mainly because the PS4 inputs are kind of not all that great and they could be a little better, so I'm just gonna upgrade it. And I'll probably make a video about that when I do upgrade that. And as far as posters goes, I got quite a bit. I got them signed by the actual artists themselves because I like, when I do buy posters, I like to always have them signed by the person that actually drew them. So here's a Heihachi Mishima's like, I want you type poster. King from King of Fighters, King of Pop, and Rival Schools poster. This was what caught my attention right off the bat, and bought this one and I bought a couple more from this actual artist. A Squaw style poster. And then of course I got the signed poster from all the dudes from the Yo video games. Definitely be hanging this one up too. I bought a Jin hat. Jin Kazama hat. Yeah. That's pretty much the majority of the merchandise that I bought. Like I said, most of this was from different areas and they all had like big lines. So I was standing in lines for easily 3 hours total. Just standing in lines buying stuff. And of course, after I bought the stuff, I went ahead and just put them in my backpack and ended up taking them back to my hotel, which here is where I took the train this time around. That way I can just get a feel of where to go exactly to get on the train. And it's really neat. Like it's a lot faster, of course, but only if you're lucky, because sometimes if you're there right when it leaves, you're gonna have to wait about 10 minutes just there waiting till it comes back just to get in. And by that time, you know, if you were just walking, you would probably already made it back by then. It probably takes about, I don't know, 12 minutes to walk all the way back. And if you have to wait 10 minutes for the train to come get you, it kind of defeats the whole purpose. But anyways, you know, it's still a nice option that's there in case you don't want to walk. I had a lot of fun, and it was a great experience being at EVO. Of course, next year, because I am going next year, I'm going to be way more prepared, and I am planning on making it even further beyond. I ended up watching the Under Night in Birth finals, the top 8 in the grand finals, and after it was all over, I believe it was the director came out and he was very humble and said thank you everybody for watching and for playing Under Night in Birth. The community is great for this game. That he had a new trailer to show, and he showed off a new trailer for the new Under Night game that was going to be coming out. This is the new shirt for the new Under Night game. If you like this, it is on sale right now in this booth. Go get it! As soon as he said that the shirt was for sale and available to buy right now in one of the booths in the back, where all the merchandise is usually sold at, I have never seen so many people just jump out of their chairs, over their chairs, and literally sprint all the way over there just to get in line to buy the shirt. Literally, they were like, and I was just like, oh, I'll just casually just get up and walk over there. I was like, oh God, I'm just getting trampled and everything. It was exciting, you know, it's exciting seeing stuff like that, and it's extremely deadly, but it's super exciting. So I eventually just walked over there and I got in line, and I was able to get one of the shirts. The line was huge, by the way. It just formed really, really big, and I was somewhere in the middle because I decided to walk. And by the time I got up there, all of the smalls were sold out, all the mediums were sold out, and all the larges were sold out. And I was actually able to get the last XL for the Undernight shirt. Kind of cool. It has a big logo on the front, and in the back is what really sold it. What really sold it to me, it was like I'm assuming this is going to be the box cover art, maybe, for the game. And finally, before I knew it, final day of EVO was upon us. On the final day, it's no longer in this actual location. It moves to another location. It's still in Mandalay Bay hotel / casino, but it's like a huge indoor stadium where thousands and thousands and thousands of people can fit all over the place. This was super impressive and really very exciting for me. This is where pretty much Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle took place right off the bat. After that, it was Street Fighter V. And after that was Tekken 7, and then it ended with Smash Brothers Ultimate. And just the amount of energy in that stadium was just insane. And being there with all this noise, literally the volume of the games was so loud and the bass was so loud that everything was rumbling. Like your chairs was rumbling. Yeah, you had to have an actual separate ticket for that because your EVO badge no longer worked. You had to buy this ticket in advance also, and it sold out. I bought 3 tickets. I bought one for me and I bought 2 just in case my parents decided to go. I wanted them to experience EVO with me on the final day. Because they were actually really interested in what EVO is and all that, and I told them what it is. So they went with me. I got them inside, we passed through security again and all that, and they got to see EVO there with me in the finals. And they had a really good time. They really did. It was just a fantastic experience. I think I'll just go ahead and end it here. I don't know how long this vlog has been going for, but I'm glad I was able to finally get it edited all together and presented to all of you. So again, I had a lot of fun with EVO. Thank you so much for all the good looks that everyone was giving me. So again, a lot of fun, and I am super excited to go next year. I'm going to be prepared. That's for sure. So again, thank you so much for watching. I'm KAZUMI, and you just watched the Death Count vlog. And like always, rock on.
Monumental!